Hello and welcome to Learning from Lauren. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about how to know if a client is right for you as a travel advisor. This is one of the hardest things for travel advisors because when you become a travel advisor, you think, hey, everyone I know is going to book with me, and people are just going to come in out of the blue all the time and just want to book with me. This is not always how it works. And very rarely does this happen. And unless you're working with a travel agency that will just give you clients consistently, you need some time to build that client relationship up. Now, some warnings I will say as a travel advisor: do not expect that all your friends and family are going to book through you. Do not expect that every person that reaches out to you is going to book with you. That's not going to be the case. And that's something that you need to learn right off the bat. I think they say it's like if you're doing a 33% conversion rate, you're doing like really, really well, which is like shocking to some people, but that's typically what newer travel agents should expect is about 33% of the people that reach out will actually book with you. So I want you to think about that because the amount of time, the amount of work that you do in a quote for someone, if you're not charging a fee, you're not making any money on that. So are you going to waste 66% of your time with people who are not going to book with you? That's why I always say fees are so important. They do help. But you also want to think about, how do you know who your right client is? Don't expect, my biggest thing that I will say is, don't expect that everyone in your family and friends is going to book with you. They're not going to book with you. They're going to book it themselves. They might already have a travel advisor that they work with, and they might still continue to book with them, and that's totally fine. It's not like a personal attack on you, and it's not maybe necessarily anything wrong with you. It's that that person maybe thinks that it could affect your friendship, or they just think maybe that you're new at this and they just don't understand why people use travel advisors. Everyone doesn't use a travel advisor, so you can't all of a sudden expect that now people are going to use a travel advisors. And with that, I will say there are people out there that should not use travel advisors. So if you get them, you don't want them. I have a friend, and she and I talk about it all the time. And she can pay me, and I will help her, advise her on her bookings, but I will never in a million years book her bookings. She makes changes all the time. Like once a day, she will go in and change her booking. Like, oh, no, I think we're going to stay at this resort. We're going to stay one more day. No, I think we're going to stay 3 days at this resort and 3 days at this resort. And oh, no, now the flights came out. No, I'm totally changing it. Now I'm going to push it a week and do all this. Someone who is constantly wanting to change and make adjustments to their vacation are not the kinds of people that you want. And you'll know them when you meet them, especially if they're your friends and family. But if it's someone totally brand new, you're going to learn that there are people out there that just shouldn't use travel advisors. No matter what anyone says, someone will always say, oh, everyone should use a travel advisor, shop local, all that stuff. No, your time is worth more than these people who just want to change everything and make changes and ask you to quote things and then never book with you. So what these types of people look like is, if you set some sort of boundary saying, at the beginning, like if you meet with them, and you talk and they talk about what they want, and then you say what your services are, and you say, well, if you book with me, this is what happens. You can, change up to 3 times with no additional fee. If you're not charging a fee, then, there's no charge, up to 3 changes. And you can email me during business hours. And if you cancel or need to rebook, we will need to talk about, a fee for that service. So those types of things will make people think twice about booking with you, and it's okay that they don't, because what that's telling you is this person does not want to go by your rules, and they want to take advantage of your time. And when you're a new travel advisor, all you care about is getting clients, and it's so hard to say no. I'm not saying it's not hard to say no, but I really will say if you have an agreement or if you have some things that you're like, I absolutely will not do this or I have to do this for clients, then that's what you do. And maybe you just write it in a document that you just say, it doesn't have to be legal or anything, just a document like, if you book with me, these are my services, X, Y, and Z. I do not cover X, Y, and Z. And it could just be that simple so that the client can see what you do and what you will not do for them, because that does make a difference to people and they might not book with you. Or if they keep coming back to you like, well, I see that you say you won't do this, but you'll do it for me, right? And you have to kind of stand your ground there, because you want to make sure that you are doing what you can to run your business how you want to run it, and not necessarily just take on any client that happens to come by. I'm not saying that that doesn't mean that you're not going to help out your friends and family if they really come to you. I have a friend, and she does not follow the system that I follow when I'm running my business, but she also pays in a very handsomely way. So it kind of works out for us. And I know her, so I know how she books, I know what she wants, and I know what she's looking for when she's talking. So it's kind of a good relationship with a friend in that way. But my biggest takeaway for you guys when you're starting off and you're becoming new travel advisors is don't get hung up in the fact that everyone is not booking with you. It's not going to happen. I still get it that people are like, "Oh, well, you book Disney." Well, yeah, I do book Disney, but I book tons of other things. But I don't always show people a lot of things because I'm really trying to build up my Disney clients. So only now am I really starting to get those cruise clients. Only now am I starting to really branch out into other things, because people obviously don't just go to Disney. All right. I hope that helps you when you are becoming a travel advisor. If you have questions about types of people that will be helpful for you when you become an agent and what to stay away from or maybe what to get, please let me know in the comments. And I will talk to you next time on Learning